Okay, this is another little drawing video. It's going to be very fast. How to draw a cat. This is one I found on the internet. There's a lot of them on there, surprisingly. And, I'm not aiming to do a beautiful drawing of a cat in this video. I actually want to just show you how to draw in the first place, actually. How to sort of get the proportions of the cat. Now, so there's my paper all set up. There's the picture of the cat. Now, the first thing with any drawing is to get the proportions right. If you don't get the proportions right, then it's fine if you're drawing a cartoon, but you want to get the proportions right and have it look like the thing, you need to start measuring. Now, what I do is I pick something which is, let's have a look at this, the outlines of this cat. I use the pencil quite a lot. I pick one thing that once that thing is drawn in, I use that to plot everything else around it. Now, the obvious thing in this one is the cat's head. So, this is how you use a pencil with this. I'm going to use the cat's head. I'm going to draw it in perfectly in the right place, and everything else I'm going to plot in around it to get my proportions correct and make it look like a cat, or this cat, hopefully. So the first thing, if you look at the top of the pencil, I'm lining it up with the top of the ear, there. Slide my thumb down to where the bottom of the chin is. Now that, once I've got that measurement, so that's like the cat's head, if I compare that to say how tall the cat is, so then I can see down here is the next measurement. So cat head down there, and then move down to there. I can see that the head of the cat fits into the entire bit just under 3 times. And that's good. I can start to plot that in on the page. Now, same here, if I take that measurement again with the pencil. So the pencil, this is literally, the pencil isn't to measure from. You don't take your pencil and try and measure that onto a paper. You're looking at the comparison of the proportions. So there's that measurement again. If I turn it sideways, I can see that it's just, see, this part of the body then is not quite as big as that. So that'll help when I come to plot that in. Anyway, so I just wanted to get a rough idea before I start to paint. Now on here, on here, I'm going to very vaguely, you probably won't see it, I'm going to have to press a bit harder than you actually would. I'm using an HB pencil. I'm going to start off with, that's roughly where the head's going to be. I can change this at any time. This is rough. I always start off with this is called drawing. You're drawing the simple shapes first. Now, I measured that the head, let's take that head measurement there, like there, it's about down to there. So measuring, so 1, 2, yeah, just under, it's under 3. So if I have that as that's where the cat's head's going to draw in. That's the next head down, and then down to here is about where the feet are. And then I can see there's another look at that lovely shape there. There's a sort of teardrop shape there. So let's put that in. It's rough. This is very rough at this stage. You don't have to be accurate at all. So that's, because this is just to start off. Then I've got almost a rectangular shape there, which is quite interesting, which I also, when I measured, found that yeah, it's narrower than that measurement. So if I come back there, there's the measurement I've got roughly on there. Let's sort of, let's do it with the pencil. There we go. So it's about here. Put a little mark in there. And then look at where it comes out from the back of the cat's. Comes out from just below wherever its eye is going to be. So about halfway down there, that's about where that's going to be. And as I said, I can see a kind of almost like a rectangle here. And that goes to, again, let's have a look. Let's quickly measure it. 1, 2, down to about there. So here, and then the fur goes on beyond that. So 1, 2, roughly. This is all very, very approximate. As you look at it, you're going to improve on it. Then there's a kind of like a little shape there, which should be one leg, and there'll be another leg there. And then I can separate that out roughly. There's going to be a paw there. So there you go. Oh, let's put the tail in. Yeah, let's put the tail in. So that goes up to just above the cat's head, curling around there. So obviously not much like a cat yet, but this is how you start off. And you see I've got it in roughly the right place. Now, my next most important thing, once I've very, very approximately plotted out where it's going to be, I want to get that head drawn in. And the reason I want to do that is because everything else is going to plot in around that head. So I've already given myself the space here. So I'm trying to do is holding the camera at the same time. It's bloody not very easy. So let's put in roughly his ears. This is kind of rough because I'm going to keep measuring as I go along. Now this, hang on, let's have a look. All right, so there's an, and there is. Now you can take as long as you want on this. I'm going to do it. Well, I'm going to do the best I can under a not very easy circumstance here, but I just want to get a more of a feeling of a cat. Now I can visually see the gap between the ear. You can use a rubber, by the way. Now there's another thing to look at here. Let's say put that shape in. This is mentioned in the last video, so now I can rub that bit out because it's distracting. Here, this shape is, this is called a negative space. This is basically the space between two things. You see that shape? You can, when you come to do your drawing, you can see, you can use that to plot in your drawing. So let's actually improve my drawing of the ears here a little bit. So there's, it sort of goes down a bit there, a bit there, then that's, okay, yeah, so that's up there. Okay, then that's roughly that ear. See that? That's what I'm trying to approximate. So I've got that a little bit better. Could do with some tweaking. Doesn't matter at this stage. You're trying to get really the head in so that you can then plot everything else in. You don't go into details. Cats are beautiful. It's very hard to resist it, but you have to, if you want it to look like a cat, resist getting into fur and eyes and all this sort of thing at this stage. So that's roughly the head. Then you're going to have you can measure, for example, you can use this measurement. You could say measure the ear, compare that to the space between the ears. So I can see that the height of the ear is, yes, it's not quite as wide in between. So let's see, that's that on this one, that's like that, and that's like that. Yeah, okay, I've made that a bit wide. Let's just improve on that a bit. Let's also look at the height. Is that ear higher or lower than that one? Slightly lower. Again, got to tweak that slightly. Okay. Now, let's have a look. I'm going to try and get this a bit more in now. So, I'll actually, then I want to know where these eyes are. Again, I'll do that with measuring. It's like I've got this ear here. I can use that as a kind of a basic plotting things around the ear before I start plotting in the rest of the cat. So, use bubble wrap as a tablecloth. It's not very good because it's bursting. Anyway, so there's sort of roughly eyes there. Let's do simple shapes again. You're not going to bother doing it in great detail until you've roughly, see with the cat you've got these lovely cheeks, you've got the little nose there. Okay, so it's looking slightly more cattish. Not gonna put anything in, not gonna press too hard. That's why I use an HB, so you can rub it out, because I don't want to get anything too solidly in until I know it's exactly in the right place, and that won't happen. You know, you basically do this in stages. So that's roughly that. But you'll be doing things like measuring the distance between the eyes. For example, the distance, so if you take that, once you've drawn that eye in, compare that width, which looks to me like it's probably about the same to the next eye. So you take the width of that eye width again to about here, and then you'd be putting that eye in. But all of this, this is why you take your time. You can take hours over a drawing if you want to. It doesn't matter. At the moment, we've all got plenty of time anyway. So what the hell? So I'm still looking at simple shapes, but I'm beginning now to kind of define a little bit. Where's that going to be? So I think that was about half. That was about that. Okay. You see, it's quite, just a little mark can somehow it starts to look a bit more like a cat. And I can start looking at the actual shapes. Is that in the right place? No, the nose isn't the right place. Okay, so little nose there. Okay, so as I say, I won't get into then. There's things like these shapes. These are the markings of the cat. Again, very interesting, but you don't want to get too distracted by those at this stage. I want to get that ear a bit better. Now I want to look at sort of where's the ear. If I sort of take from, say, this part of the cat up to there, that's where the ear starts. So if I got that right there, then it would be about here. Let's rub that out a bit. You see, lots of rubbing out. This is why you use your HB. Rubbing out is fine. Not everybody does, but I do, because otherwise you kind of restrict yourself, and it can stop you seeing the overall thing. So I now have the beginnings of the cat's face. By no means correct yet. All the angles wrong, whatever else. That's probably. You see, I have to stop myself from correcting it. But now I've got that in, let's put in the... So as I said, right from the beginning, I want this in because this sort of basic cat head is going to be how I measure everything else. Back to this. That's the measurement I'm using. So 1, that brings me down to just below where... Okay, let's have a look. So there's the cat's legs. So it's about here. There's a kind of dark bit here. Let's put that in. Literally, when I say plotting in, I mean exactly that. You can put little... In fact, some drawing disciplines, that's what they do. They put little marks in. So there's a... These are a real fluffy one, this one. Okay, and then that's going off like that. This is all fur. Again, very tempting to get into fur at this stage, but I'm not going to. Not yet. I'm still, at the moment, concentrating and using discipline because I have to get all my proportions right before I start faffing around with markings, which are lovely, but they are what they are. So hang on, where's my pencil gone? Here we go. So I measured that kind of, okay, there's the paw there. And in fact, that's, what have I done here? Oh yes, okay, let's go back to looking here. So, that's another way you can look at things. You're just training yourself to look. Like if you go down from the nose, it goes down to about, that's the side of the paw there. So you can even draw that in. Okay, so I can tell already that I've got it's the angle I had wrong there. That's why I felt like I needed to draw the second leg in, because the angle was wrong. This is what I love about this method. You see, you can keep correcting it, and you do. You get to by the time you finish painting this, you're going to know this cat extremely well, and you will have had to give it a name because you'll know it so well. So that's kind of better. This is all still fur here. That's coming out there. Okay, there's that teardrop shape that I like. That's going in there. That's coming out there more. Oh God, anyway. So once I've got that in, you see, once I've got the head in, once I've got that in, I can then start to look at, and again, measuring. For example, there's the rough, the sort of very much lighter there than down here. Let's have a look at what the measurement is of that. Let's say just take that measurement again of the head, compare that to, it's about half. So take that there, this is about half the pencil would be about here, so it looks like I had that about right. So that is vaguely the ruff of the cat. Looks like it's coming out like that. Okay, and there's another little ruff there, and then there's, so we haven't drawn the head in at all in any detail yet, just enough to be able to plot other things in around it. So now I'm looking at, well, there's some darker bits here, but try not to get distracted. God, I see what I'm doing. I'm having to stop myself. I'm so tempted to start putting in these little markings. Stop it, Jill. Okay. So then I can, now that I've got that in there, I think I already measured that, but let's measure it again. Measure, say, from the nose. Let's have a look. Let's take how that measurement is from there, from his little nose, see where my thumb is there, to the tail. So let's see how that compares with this one. It's a different scale on this one. So take that, hold that up the nose, and I think it was just further. Hang on, what was it? I've forgotten. One. Oh yeah. Okay, so that was fur. So 1, 2, yeah, it's about right. But now I'm looking more at angles. I'm looking a little bit more carefully. There seems to be, okay, there seems to be a big wodge of fur here, which is a different colour. You can start separating off darker bits if you want to. And you can even lightly shade the darker bits so that you don't get too distracted. It all helps you when you're plotting in the actual shapes. So that's fur. See, well, tempting though it would be to sort of put all the fur bits. I'm not going to do that. So let's put that in. Now, here's a good thing. So now I've got that in again vaguely. I've got that in vaguely. What about where these legs are? Where exactly is this leg? So for example, it looks like it's sort of about, let's say you'd got the paw, it's about, you're looking at that shape there. So it's about here, put a line in there. That's roughly where that leg is. What's the angle of that leg? About like that. Oh, a bit further over actually. See, this is why you don't set anything in stone until you've actually, when I say set in stone, I mean don't press too hard. Okay, that's, oh, I had it right in the first place. There you go, so that's that one. Now, again, look at that. There's a lovely negative space there. Beautiful. So let's try and get that in there. Ooh. It's kind of like that. And there's the paw. The level is sort of a bit lower down. That's slightly higher. That one's slightly higher than that one. There it is. Okay. Right. And then there's the negative shape roughly there. Still not pressing very hard, still going to be very open-minded on the subject of rubbing half of it out. Tail. Okay, actually that's going to go off the page. Whoops. Oh, no, never mind. There you go. So there's the beginnings of a cat. I'll just put his tail in a bit more. I'm going to have to change the angle of the tail to fit it on. Artistic license always applies. Tail's going to be more like that. I'm sure he won't mind. Might even be pleased. Okay, so that's what all I want to say on that one is how it's basically about looking and about putting in everything in relation to everything else. This is not a perfect drawing, but it's the beginning of a drawing, and you can see there's things like, you know, where is this paw? I've measured from the top of the head, used that measurement there, then one, and I found it was about, the head goes into this whole measurement about just under 3 times. And then I've measured that width. I've looked at where does the belly come down. It's about down from, so 1, yeah, just a bit lower than this width here. So 1, 2, yeah, good. I had that right. God, I'm good. So this is it. This is the game. You're gonna you keep measuring. The next thing I'm actually going to do is spend a lot more time now getting this face in, and then again, because I'm using that to plot everything else around it, I can start to use more detail. I can start to have a bit more fun with getting in some of these stripes. But that's stage 1, and I shall do another video in a minute with it a little bit more blocked in. Okay.